liberty on your left, break of traffic is going to be at Beechcraft, turning down 1 so Cessna 512 Romeo, Roger, good afternoon, altimeter 3003, runway 3, taxi via Alpha. Alright, hello guys, and welcome to yet another video here with the ATC student. I gotta make sure my mic's fixed a little here. I'm actually extremely excited to do some of these videos again. You know, the main reason why I wasn't able to do any of these videos is because GameSpy got shut down, and with GameSpy getting shut down, not just me, but a lot of controllers were essentially out of business. They didn't, you know, I talked to a lot of controllers, we didn't know where to go. Luckily, there is a lot of LAN servers out there, local area network, which I mean, and you connect through IP addresses. It's a little complicated at first, but you get the hang of it. And what I'm actually going to be controlling in, and I got the permission from the server host, is on FSMP. Pretty sure many of y'all heard of it. It's Flight Simulator Multiplayer. This is where I found my home. I really enjoy this server. There's a lot of implements that make it extremely realistic, and that's what I extremely love. Like I've said so many times, I would rather have 4 aircrafts in the pattern that know what they're doing instead of 20 aircraft that don't know what they're doing, because it makes it so much easier, so much simpler. So we're gonna get right to work here. I usually do the concept of teaching videos, but I want to see how this video comes out. It's been it's been a while. It's been about a year since I did my last one, so I want to see if I still have that fan base out there. The views from the last videos were enormous. I mean, it was probably what 2,000-3,000 views in a single video, and I've came across so many people who recognize my voice, and you know, they ask, "Hey, you're that guy who does those videos on YouTube?" And one of the main controller admins here in FSMP actually told me the other day that he learned from my videos. So that's just extremely, that's awesome. Okay, so what we're gonna plan to do tonight, guys, is I'm gonna give you a little rundown of how the system works here on FSMP controller wise, and then we're gonna actually start controlling. I'm gonna do tower today. I'm trying to fix my mic. I hope it's good enough, guys. You know, one thing I wanted to cover is, number one, I got a new computer, and it's not as great as the old one. I know usually people upgrade, but I downgraded. So I got a new computer. The frames are decent enough, I say, for this to run, and I got a new microphone, so I have no idea how well it's gonna be. But let's get right into it. So what we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna control. I'm gonna do tower. The way the system works in FSMP, there's a couple of implements. Number one, they have what's called a flight plan page, and all the controllers have to hook up into it and watch it real time. And what it will do is it'll update real time. Like, just for an example, you see this Warbird 2 in front of us here? I hope you can see the mouse. Once he files a flight plan, I don't have to push enter and look in the chat box to figure out where he's going. I can look on the flight plan page and it'll tell you exactly where he's going, when he wants to depart, what frequency he's on, what his actual real aircraft is. That's what I really like about it. He's actually flying a P-40, and you know, in the game it looks like he's flying a 172. But that's what the page tells us, and I'm gonna take a picture. Let me do that right now. Okay, so I just took a picture of the page so you can actually see what I'm talking about. But what I wanted to do tonight, guys, is I wanted to get a little more on clearance. A lot of people have been asking how to do actual clearance, VFR and IFR clearances. So we'll try to get that done. But really, I'm just gonna get done whatever gets thrown at us. Tower, ground, clearance. What I'm actually gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing tower in this video, meaning that I'm gonna pick up everything underneath the tower. The first one would be I'm gonna pick up clearance, and it's only in Las Vegas. We're doing Las Vegas. You can actually see the strip. I know my graphics are horrible, but that's the strip. You see that water fountain over there. That's what I have for the strip. Anyways, so I will be picking up clearance, ground, and tower over here at Vegas, and you can see the ground chart. I'm putting up a picture of it right now. You can see how complicated this ground chart is. So I'm going to be picking up all 3. So let's get right down to it. Let me put up my radar. Here's the radar I'm going to be working with. Like I said, it's the FSMP radar, and it's zoomed in pretty close. I don't have to zoom in pretty far because, like I said, I'm only picking up tower. And here's everything else we got. So right now, these people right here in the session info is not the only people that are in. These, right now I have it set where it only shows when people are in the air. So if I put like ground, you see how it's all packed up here? We don't want that. If I put all, you can see everybody in the session. Should be, there you go. But we're just going to pick on air. So what that pretty much, just real fast, what that means is once this air ops guy in front of me takes off and he gets off the ground, did you see him? He just appeared on the radar. Let me Reposition his tag. And it looks like we just... Helicopter. Oh, helicopter's right here. That might be a little too loud. We'll mute it. There. Okay, so like I said, we'll start on tower, and here we go. Before you always log in, there's a couple of things that I wanted to cover before you log in as ATC. It is very, very important. When you're at a big airport, and when there's a lot of traffic, either or the two, or even one of the two, you need to do a controller brief first. They usually do it a controller switch off, controller briefing, but they always do what's called a controller briefing. So if there was someone else controlling right now, I would plug into his frequency and I was listening to him for a while before I start controlling. But there's no one controlling right now, so we're gonna do our own brief. The first thing is no controller change. We don't need to plug in. Right now, everybody is on 122.95 because that's the Unicom frequency. That's another thing I love about FSMP. You can see all of these people are on 2295 because you know, they don't mess around in this server. If you don't do stuff right, you're gonna get kicked out. So what the first thing we'll do is we'll listen to the ATIS to figure out which runways they're landing. So let's get that right now. Oh, turn on the sound. I don't know why it's not coming out, but we can read it. Looks like the altimeter is 2966 and the ROS for 25 right and 25 left are in use. And these are these two runways right here. So these two runways right here are in use. So that's the runways that we're going to be controlling. Look, there's another guy coming in over here. And all of that information at the top is called the ATIS. If you do not know what the ATIS is, I made a video in the past explaining exactly what the ATIS is, so you can go look at that. So now we know, before we start controlling, these two runways are in use. No matter what, we want everybody on these two runways. Oh, now it comes up. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to brief ourselves on what everybody's doing. Right now it looks like we have AirOps 2199. And if we look at the flight plan page, which you're not going to be able to see, guys, he is actually doing VR approaches into one of those runways. We're not sure which one, but we know he's doing VR approaches. So we're going to write it down, AirOps 2199, and we know that he's doing VR approaches. But for as tower, we really don't need to worry about that. We're doing tower, guys. We're only controlling about 5 miles out and about 4,000 feet up. So that's it. That's all we're controlling. So there he is over there. We know that, and it looks like that's all we got right now. There's some people on the ground. We'll get to them when we can, when they start taxiing. So let's go ahead and plug in. And look, 123 Mike Sierra. His flight plan says that he's not coming here. He's going to Los Angeles, but he may have not updated it. So let's go ahead and get on our frequency, which is going to be on 119.9 right here. And our second frequency always has to set to 118.0. That is the controller frequency, meaning that if there's someone logged in as approach, he's going to be on 18.0, and that's where we're going to be able to hear him. If anybody else wants to take over anything below me, like ground or clearance, they have to ask me first since I'm doing it. Look at these two guys. They have to look at. They have to ask me first because I'm doing it, and then they can log in. Okay, so now we're gonna log in. /reg ATC. That's register ATC /T for tower, and you should hear a beep come up. We are officially online. So now we are doing tower. Everybody has to go through us now for tower for landing and taking off clearances over here and pattern anything like that. Okay, so now we just start controlling. We can expect our AirOps 2199. He's gonna come in. We give him clearance to land. I need to ask which runway, and whenever he contacts us, he should say AirOps 2199. We are blah blah blah, requesting clearance to land for 25 right or left. So he'll let us know.
Good afternoon, McCarran Tower. Do you copy?
Yes, sir. Last aircraft. Go ahead. Let's see who this is.
This is November 123 Mike Sierra, currently inbound runway 25 left, full stop.
November 123 Mike Sierra, wind 20019, runway 25 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 25 left, 3 Mike Sierra.
This is this guy right here, 123 Mike Sierra. So we know he was coming to us now. AirOps 2101. If he wants to land on 25 left, we're going to tell him to go to 25 right. Here's where...
Clearance delivery.
Someone's calling. I'll go for clearance, sir.
This is 3 Tango, we're just doing a radio check.
This is this guy right here, radio check. 737 Tango, got you loud and clear, sir. Okay, so Air Ops 2199. We're gonna get him on
Alright, thanks.
25 right. Because there's a guy landing on 25 left and we don't want them to crash. Never want anybody to crash in the server. So once he contacts us, we're gonna tell him 25 right, you're cleared to land. If he wants 25 left, I'm gonna switch to 25 right. I'll tell him personally, you gotta go to 25 right because we don't want a crash here. So and it looks like he's going to 25 left. Either or, since 2101 is on a VR approach, I'm gonna tell Mike Sierra to switch to 25 right. So let me do that. November 123 Mike Sierra, traffic short final behind you, sir. Can you switch to 25 right?
Roger that. 3 Max Sierra switching 25 right.
Thank you. Okay, so now we just switched him to 25 right. Now both of them should be.
What's up, Betty? Air Ops 2101, check and say we're on VOR 24 left. Correction, 25 left.
He's on 25 right. Great. Air Ops 2101, Roger. The traffic in front of you, I just switched him to 25 right. Do you mind taking 25 left, sir?
Yeah, we're on VOR 25 left.
2101, Roger. Wind 200 at 19er, gusting 20, runway 25 left. Clear for the option.
25 left, cleared hit and run. Air Ops 2101.
And there you go. Now both of them are fine, so we don't got to worry about that. So this helicopter is getting on my nerves. What is up with this guy? I'm gonna just give me the sound there. I don't want to hear him. So let's go to. I usually like using this view when I'm doing ground as well because you can see everything, and it gets us a better picture of who's where. A lot better picture. So now we know there's 4 people on the ground.
Now, what speed is traffic at?
The traffic's about. He's on a 5-mile final for 25 right, 160 knots.
Do you know his speed?
He was asking for the speed of this guy that's in parallel. Look at these 2 guys coming right next to each other, which is fine as long as they know that they're coming both next to each other. It's totally fine. I know people usually freak out, but
Sir, clear delivery, the 737 Tango, we'd like to request clearance to Indian Air Force Base Airport.
737 Tango is this guy right here. November 737 Tango, Roger, standby 1. Okay, so let's try to get this clearance out of the way so we can teach it. Whenever you give a clearance, there's 2 different clearances you give, VFR or IFR. This guy, 737 Tango, is requesting IFR clearance. I'm going to take a picture of it so we can dissect it. Okay, so whenever you give a IFR clearance, you're going to see 737 Tango. He wants to go to, he said Indian Air Force Base. That's the identifier Kilo India November Sierra. What I usually do, which helps, is you want to write craft, C-R-A-F-T. Every single letter stands for something. C stands for cleared, R stands for route, A stands for altitude, F stands for frequency, and T stands for transponder. Now, listen to me while I give the clearance, and now you can kind of follow along, and I'll explain it after. November 737 Tango, I got your clearance. Ready to copy, sir?
Roger, 737 Tango, we're ready. Copy your clearance.
Now look at what look exactly what we do. November 737 Tango, you cleared to Indian Air Force Base as filed. On our departure, runway heading, climb maintain 7,000. Departure frequency is going to be Unicom 122.95. You can squawk for me 2205.
Clear to Indian Air Force Base Airport, vectors direct as filed. Climb maintain 7,000 after departure. Departure frequency will be on Unicom 122.95, squawk 2205.
737 Tango, readback is correct. You can expect runway 25 right for departure. Advise ready to taxi. And that's it. Now, our job's not done. 123 Mike Sierra, he needs to taxi. Let's tell him. And 123 Mike Sierra, which part can you
Okay,
go
on
to?
ground. McCarran Ground, November 123 Mike Sierra at taxiway Alpha 4, request taxi back to 25 right for departure.
123 Mike Sierra, right turn Bravo and right turn Bravo 1. Hold short 25 right.
Right turn Bravo, then another right turn Bravo 1, hold short 25 right.
You look at the ground chart, we see he has an Alpha 4. I just give him a right turn Bravo 1, back to 25 right, and that's it. Okay, now this Air Ops 2101, he's IFR. Once he takes off, he's not going to be on my frequency. I'm not going to control him because he's flying a route, a published route he wants, so I switch him off to Unicom. AirOps 2199. You can switch to Unicom now 122.95.
Oh yeah, I forgot we changed the cost to 21.99. We're going ourselves on one round. Okay, so Joe to Morticom, we're gonna be on GPS 19 right next round if that's fine with you.
No problem. Okay, so let's get back into it. 123 Mike Sierra, he's almost out the runway. I need to know what he's doing though, because on his flight plan it says he's still going to Las Vegas, so or Los Angeles. So let's ask him. And November 123 Mike Sierra, state intentions, please.
November 1123 Mike.
He's lagging. Whoa. Okay. And 123 Mike Sierra, can you say it again so you lagged out?
Would you like me to say it again?
Yep, you lagged out. Go ahead and say it again, please.
November 123 Mike Sierra would like to depart 25 right, transition to 25 left for left-hand traffic pattern.
Okay, I'll explain exactly what he meant. November 123 Mike Sierra, Roger, wind 20019er, 25 right, clear for takeoff, and you can make a left traffic for 25 left.
Clear for departure, runway 25 right. After departure, make left-hand traffic pattern, 25 left, 3 Mike Sierra, clear for takeoff.
This is a bad guy. You see this guy right here? He just took off without permission. So, I'm gonna cancel 123 Mike Sierra's takeoff clearance. 123 Mike Sierra, hold. Sorry, 123 Mike Sierra, go ahead and cancel takeoff clearance. This is a helicopter just took off without permission. Let him clear out, and then I'll get you takeoff again.
Roger that, 3 Mike Sierra, waiting on the runway.
Yeah, see, this guy took off. I can't because that's too close. That's not good. And someone else was calling me. Okay, let's try to dissect.
Las Vegas clearance, Orbit 2.
Orbit 2, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. We're P-40 Warhawk. We'd like to pick up our VFR clearance and a traffic pattern, please.
Orbit 2, good afternoon, sir. You're cleared inside the class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at below 3,500. You can squawk for me 1204. Okay, so Orbit 2.
Cleared to Las Vegas, class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at below 3,500. Squawk 1202, Orbit 2.
Orbit 2, repacks correct. You can expect 25 right. Rise ready to taxi.
Respect runway 25 right. We'll call you back ready to taxi, Orbit 2.
Okay, now that guy's cleared. We can clear him. November 123 Mike Sierra, runway 25 right, clear for takeoff. Same clearance as before, 120019.
Clear for takeoff, 25 right, 3 Mike Sierra.
Okay, so 123 Mike Sierra, real quick. He is going to take off, go into pattern. He's going to take off 25 right. He wants to transition to the left side, which is this side over here. So he's taking off this runway, but he's going to make traffic pattern for this runway down here. Warbird 2 just requested clearance. And the reason I knew he was going to be in the pattern before is because of the flight plan page. I can see that he already filed for that flight plan in the pattern. And the visibility is not that great, it looks like. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now, always, when you're doing ATC, anticipate. Look, Warbird 2 is way over there. We got to know right away when he contacts us, he's going to taxi. So we look at the chart, circle where he's at, which is right there at the hangars. He's going to taxi to 25 right, so we're going to taxi him via Whiskey, Golf, Bravo, and then Bravo 1. Whenever you get a taxi clearance, you have to tell them which runway and then which taxiways, and at the end, if he's cleared to cross any of the runways. So it looks like what he'll have to cross right now is 1 right and 1 left. They're not active, so we can give him clearance. So it's going to sound like this. Warbird 2, 25 right, taxi via Whiskey Golf Bravo, cross 1 left, cross 1 right. Some people,
Las Vegas Tower, Warbird 2 is at the west hangars, information pop ready to taxi.
Warbird 2, 25 right, taxi via Whiskey Golf Bravo, cross 1 left, 1 right.
Taxi runway 25 right via taxiway Whiskey Golf Bravo, cross runway 1 left and 1 right, Warbird 2.
Look at this helicopter. What I can probably do is let me see. And AirOps 21. AirOps 2199. Are you still on the frequency, sir? This guy's an admin, so I'm gonna tell him to kick.
Yeah, 2101, 2199. We're over Hammock right now at GPS 19
2199. I have a quick favor. Can you kick someone for me? He's flying around now. Permission. His name is Senior.
You gave him the slash G?
I'll go ahead and do it right now. I gotta give him /G. He's
You make sure you give him the /G first.
NINIOR. What I just sent him right. Oh man, /G. I think it's a tel number, which is November 20. No, it's not. See, he is messing up my flow here. Okay, so I just sent him to get on my frequency. I don't know why he's flying around without my frequency. So we cleared Warbird 2, 1, 2, 3 Mike Sierra's in the pattern. Let's get back to that IFR clearance if we could. Okay.
And McCurran, you're on the 737 Tango ready. Taxi to 25 right. We got the Augusta West and right behind us flying over us. And almost crashing to us.
He just told us. 737 Tango, roger. That helicopter's unresponsive. Runway 25 right, taxi fire Bravo, Bravo 1.
Bravo 1 for 25 right, 737 Tango.
And that's the guy we gave IFR clearance before. Now 1, 2, 3 Mike Sierra, we're going to clear him for the option. November 1, 2, 3 Mike Sierra, runway 25 left, clear for the option 120019.
Clear for the option 25 left there, Mike 0.
This is all crammed up. We can't. Okay, air up.
2199, we're going missed.
2199, Roger. You were requesting a 19er? I didn't even hear him requesting 19.
Yeah, 19 right, GPS.
2199, I'm sorry. Make right traffic 19 right. I'll get you on next time.
Yeah, we're just going to miss there as our fault.
Okay, I didn't even hear him asking for it. Warbird 2's crossing, 737 Tango's fine, 1, 2, 3 Mike Sierra's fine.
Warbird 2, can we get an intersection departure, please?
Warbird 2, no problem. Whiskey Golf, and then you can take a right turn Alpha 5, hold short 25 right.
Whiskey Golf, right turn Alpha 5, hold short to runway.
Warbird 2 asks for an intersection departure. What that pretty means is he doesn't want to taxi all the way to the end, and he's not a big plane, so he shouldn't have to. So he wants to take an intersection. I gave him Alpha 5, which is I'm circling right now, and that should be enough runway for him. That's about 14, 13, 12, 11, about 9,000 feet. That's more than enough. We always got to refresh this.
Do you need to stick with that senior guy?
What did he say? Usually if I don't know what they say, I don't say anything. I just leave it alone. Okay, so 737 Tango. So, let's look back at the clearance we give him. When you give an IFR clearance, you use this craft. The C stands for cleared. So right next to that, we're going to write where he wants to go, which is Indian Air Force Base. That's that Kilo India November Sierra. His route, he did not say he's in his flight plan. He did not specify a route. Well, he did. It says GPS direct. So I just clear him direct as filed. Altitude is whenever an aircraft takes off IFR from an airport, there's two things that you want to.
Karen, Tower 3 Max 0 requesting full stop runway 25 right. Can we go in transition?
3 Mike 0, no problem. 25 right, clear land, wind 20018.
Clear land 25 right, 3 Max 0.
3 Mike 0 is just going to switch this to 25 right. We don't worry about that. Okay, whenever someone's IFR and they take off, there's always two things controller does. They give them always runway heading and an initial altitude to climb. And that is, let's say that this 737 Tango takes off and he loses radio communication. We know the last...
Tower, 2199.
2199, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, would you prefer us on 19 right or 25 left, your choice?
I would prefer the 25s, but I can give you the 19s if you like.
Okay, we'll do the 19 this time. We had a nice cross around 25, so we wanted to try this one.
2199, Roger, no problem. You can just report about 5 mile final.
Roger, Dodger.
Okay, so he's just, I'm getting the 19s. Whenever you do crossing runways, you have to watch out, because when this guy, let's think about this. 2199, when he's coming in for these runway 19s, it doesn't mean he's going to land.